Hey there, Libra. It's Jen here. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing a reading for you. My readings are timeless whenever you find them. I gotta be honest, I'm having trouble. Um, I feel kind of I'm not energized. I feel kind of stagnant, I guess is a way to say it. And so I cleared the space with some bells, and then I thought maybe I could do some writing, and that wasn't really bringing anything in. And I guess I just have the feeling that some of you may be really uninspired or really feeling kind of, I guess, like a Two of Pentacles energy. I guess I should be shuffling, where you're just going through the motions. And I feel like that's going to change because I feel a wake up call. I know judgment came out for a couple of the signs. I think a couple of the signs when I was reading yesterday. Apologize, I don't remember which ones. But let's see what the cards say. Okay, I'm starting to perk up now. I'm starting to feel some energy working in, and it feels good. It's good energy. Whoa. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with my setup lately. Actually, I want those there. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, let's look at the bottom. I'm using the Spacious Tarot. Oh, here we go. Libra is in an analysis paralysis type mode, which is very much, I mean, that is something your sign struggles with. You guys are such nimble, non-biased, unbiased thinkers that you can really see both sides, and you get these conflicting thoughts, and you're not really sure what to do about it. This did come up for another sign because I remember thinking, when you look at this card, it's almost like a Venn diagram, and the sun that's either I think it's rising in that middle section, where all the circles intersect. Like there is some sort of common ground, or but look how small it is. In your case, I feel like the common ground is so small that you're really hanging on to a kind of a weak argument about something, is what I'm getting. Or someone is. The energies, or you're dealing with someone that can, or there is some growth. So your thinking, I think, is evolving on this topic, but with this gorgeous Justice card, reminds me of the song Ripple by the Grateful Dead. Ripple in still water. This is karma. It's you, Libra. It's the Libra card. It's kind of the Two of Swords supercharged, but in the actual Justice card, a decision is made. A decision is happening. There may be some sort of um, tower-like moment, not necessarily in a sensationalized way, but where something happens where the decision is kind of made for you. It tilts, it just makes your decision kind of for you. And you really are just like, okay, well, now I know for sure the decision that I need to make. It's kind of like I'm getting a last straw energy. Look at another major, the star. Gorgeous. So, healing. After this decision comes healing. So, um, this is kind of a cold, desolate card when you're up here trapped in your thoughts alone. feel isolation here. But then whatever happens where you're able to make this decision, then the healing comes. So by not making a decision, they say, isn't that in a song? But there's like, by not making a decision, you're making a decision. And your decision is, status quo, to do nothing. But this pushes you to, I think, take action, which prompts healing and feeling excited about life again and making plans and dreaming again. Maybe I'll even fall in love again. And even if you're like, this has to do with maybe a divorce or something, or a breakup of a relationship, you're like, fuck no, I'm never doing that again. But I think there's some part of you that would like that. I mean, Librans are very much a card that likes to be coupled. Very much a card that likes to be coupled. So it's kind of in your nature. Six of Swords, yeah, getting away from a toxic situation, getting away from a place that makes your brain hurt because it's so, you're just constantly having to talk yourself or coach yourself through it. Something about coaching, a counselor, a life coach. Maybe you want to be one of those. Maybe you're going to one of those, to help process what had happened and your feelings about it. This can even be, and it sounds negative, but even when something really good happens, having a counselor who can help you process that, because a lot of us don't feel worthy of good things and positive things, and we can do some self-sabotage and or not even be aware of opportunities coming towards us because of our own insecurities. But the Six of Swords is travel, getting away from it all, moving. But again, you can see here's the sun breaking through the clouds again. So something maybe about Leo time. And let me get my handy dandy little wheel, because I never remember the exact dates. I know the general time frame, but let's be exact. July 23rd to August 22nd. We are in the time of Leo. Getting a sip of coffee. Wow, another major arcana, the Hanged Man. You may want, okay, this is hysterical. You may want to go live on the moon. You may want the distance that you're getting. It may be metaphorical distance, honestly, but I feel like you were like, if I could go live on the fucking moon to get away from this situation, I would do it. Oh, that's funny. I'm getting a real hermit vibe with the Hanged One card here. Now to remind, why is the Grateful Dead coming through? It's reminding me of throwing stones. Picture a bright blue ball just spinning, spinning free, dizzy with eternity. That is, when you read the lyrics of that song, it still stands through today. Yeah, you just need some time out to process, to heal, to meditate, to quiet the thoughts. I think might be if you've been in just kind of a walking on eggshell situation in some part of your life. Could be dealing with a family member, could be a boss, a coworker. It's amazing who there's some people whose energy is just so invasive and they're just so intent on, I don't know, inserting their energy and draining your energy that, yeah, it's like having been physically hurt, you need that time to heal. And mentally, you need that time to process and to also retrain your brain out of its walking on eggshells, and that it's safe and that it's okay and it doesn't have to think about 5 million things because, well, this is how people, really toxic people, they train us because they're such fucking pains. I'm sorry, my nose is running. They're such fucking pains in the ass, and they're so demanding, that they're so controlling of everything around them because they feel so out of control inside, that, and they're just such pains in the ass. You're like, okay, oh, I better make sure I do this or I do that. Think of, it's like, and we think it seems ridiculous. Julia Roberts in that movie where she had all the soup cans in the right order, but it happens slowly over time, and I've been in these situations and I know what it's like to to not have that hanging over your head, and it takes a while to trust that it's really gone. And then if you have kids with someone, they're going to use the kid. They're going to keep using things, um, because you fulfill some sort of outlet for them, to, for whatever reason, they're just like, this person is perfect for me to, like, they've rationalized it. I don't even know what goes on in someone's head like this, to tell you the truth, but you were just such a perfect outlet for their I'd say, like, their whipping boy, to just, channel all their issues into. They feel a real void when you're gone. So doing things like blocking, deleting, if you can, energy clearing, cord cutting, that's what I wanted to say. And again, really lean into your own mental health. Let's see about that. What's at the bottom of this one? 5 of Cups. Yeah, I do see a breakup. I do see a breakup. Remember, with the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Cups are still on the table. There is still happiness for you. This isn't the end. It's interesting, and it's interesting how sometimes we cling to relationships even when they were bad. Because I guess, do you think it's because of it's always the idea of what it's going to do, how it's going to make us feel. It's kind of that thing where it's like, you go, the hit of dopamine. And people, when you go shopping, when you use any sort of addictive substance or habitual things to kind of mask the pain. This has been coming up a lot. It's kind of like the opioids. They don't, the body kind of doesn't distinguish between emotional pain, physical pain. And that's why things like opioids, they relieve the anxiety, and stress, but it's a vicious circle. How did I get on that? I'm not sure how. Okay, I'm going to move forward. Here's your tower moment. Yeah, so a tower moment is going to come in that will help you make your decision. You're sometimes sometimes things get a little worse before they get better, and I know it's like, do I even have the strength to go through this, because they're going to be such fucking assholes, to get through it, to get to the healing on the other side. And you totally do. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but this tower moment is going to be the catalyst to push you into doing something that feels really hard. I don't know if it'll actually be hard, but it feels really hard, and that's valid. Just taking a sip of my coffee. Remember, the tower, it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. It allows you to break through the stagnation that I was feeling. You have 2 major healing cards here, the Star and the Four of Swords. You're going to have some time to yourself. You're going to get away from a toxic situation. Things are coming into balance, but you have to go through the Five of Cups, and the Tower is going to assist you in that. I knew there was like a new offer. I think too, and this could have happened already. I feel like because you are so adamant about being alone, and I will never get into a fucking situation like that again, ever, 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 that someone's going to come in pretty fast. Or maybe there's someone you already know that you just never, you just friend zoned hard because it just never even occurred to you. And you were so much like, oh, I'm not dealing with another relationship again. Or you're saying, yeah, I'll be in another relationship when pigs fly, because there's that little pig flying up in the corner. But where'd that expression come from? When pigs fly? Um, what's this? Oh, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Look at this gorgeous, the earthy colors. I mean, she's obviously just stunningly beautiful, but all these earthy colors, it's just gorgeous. I'm so not artistic, and I'm just in awe of people who can draw. Queen of Pentacles. This is where you're headed. This is, I can take care of myself. I'm grounded, I'm calm. This is, again, the eggshells, the walking on eggshells have melted away, and you're grounded and what's the word? You're settled into your new home, your new life. It's predictable. It could be even boring, and you're fucking loving it. So there's a difference between that grind energy I was feeling in the Two of Pentacles like energy that was kind of it's weird. No, that's not the right word. Manic keeps coming up, and I'm not sure why. So maybe you are with someone that's bipolar. I'm not a I have no licensure in counseling or anything, so take that with a grain of salt. But I almost feel, though, more it was like you didn't realize how much you were on this kind of, I don't know, I see like kind of this jacked up routine that like you were spending so much energy pretending everything was fine to yourself, like a big denial. Or it's almost like on one hand I felt like you saw clearly, maybe that's the Two of Swords. On one hand you saw clearly how toxic the situation is, but on the other hand you were in such strong denial that I don't know, I almost feel like you were in the, for so long I've been in this walking on eggshells, going through the grind, trying to do like dodging obstacles, and it's like you're constantly what is it, running the gauntlet or something. And to stop and not have to do that is really going to fuck with you. And I think you could go through a real period where you're like, I wasted my fucking life, and get down on yourself. And so I really, really, really going to encourage anyone that this resonates, and it's probably a very small few, to seek out professional counseling that can help you through this. Don't turn to fucking tarot card readings. They're just cards with pictures on it, and I'm just some nobody from Vermont who likes to read cards. So don't listen to me. Turn to your mental health professionals if any of this resonates with you. Also, lawyer with the Justice card, because this person is not going to fight fair. And you're going to have to dig so far deep down, and I know you have it, to get through the period if you haven't gotten into the period of getting away from this situation. Um, I mean, I'm sorry, but look at, I mean, so let's take a look. Now I see a younger couple here too. Could be someone a bit younger, and it could go either way. You could be the younger person, they could be the younger person. Could even be like, I was going to say a neighbor, but don't get it. Okay, here I am telling you what to do. I wouldn't get involved with the neighbor. My friend did that, and the first thing I'm thinking, and she bought her house. This isn't like she's renting. Like, she bought this house. Her neighbors own their house, and started sleeping with the neighbor. And guess what? They share a driveway. And things kind of went to shit, and she's like avoiding that. Could you imagine living? Maybe that's kind of a situation. There's some sort of situation I feel like some of you are in where it's like that. It's like every day you have to like avoid the neighbor. Maybe you were in a relationship with someone at work, or maybe there's a super toxic boss, but now I don't know what it is, but some situation that is unhealthy. Okay. Anyway, it could be a neighbor, but something around real estate. Maybe that's what it is. Um, maybe you move in and it's just maybe it's a single person, and maybe they help you move, or they help you do some things, or they're just very friendly and calm. And I feel like it's someone you really can talk to, and they get it and they understand and they've been through it and things like that. Oh, I love this card. So, in this card, I mean, for some of you, this may be describing your backstory, and someone new is coming in, and it's throwing you off because of the trauma. I mean, you having been through a relationship like that on any degree is traumatizing. But I feel like, it may happen very slowly with the Queen of Pentacles. But look at the connection here. I love this card because to me, I'm picturing them in like a crowded tavern. I don't know. I almost said tap room, tavern. I don't know. Crowded place. I just see like, and and it's as if they think they don't even register the commotion and the people and the noise around them. They're just so intent on each other. They don't even know they're in public almost. Both people have chosen to put their energy into this relationship and do a good job. Like, they are committed to working on it and putting the energy into it. Temperance could be a Sag. This is balance though. So you have the balance with the Justice and the balance with the Temperance. If you think about Sagittarians, they can be very wild and hard hard to nail down. But a lot of times they do mellow, and they learn to moderate, temper their wild side, and become more balanced. So this could be someone. This could be someone that's. I feel like it's someone who's really done the work, who's really probably been through counseling themselves. And I mean, you can kind of tell because you can tell the people who just, if you talk, if relationships come up and they're like, oh, my ex was a fucking bitch, he was just an asshole, and it's just like, I don't know, kind of drama-y, versus someone who is who has a, a more Libra, the way a Libra would look at things. You guys are so fair and thoughtful. Like, well, they had some mental health issues, but I also blah 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 blah, and I was young. There's just they bring a amount of perspective and wisdom, and that's the type of reflection and work that shows that someone isn't just blaming, because that's someone who hasn't evolved, and I think you want someone who's spiritually evolved. Wheel of Fortune, things are changing, things are looking up. um, the lesson of the Wheel of Fortune is to stay at the center of the wheel. It's kind of reminding me over here of the Justice card with that, like all the ripples, things can be rippling around you, but if you stay centered, um, you can roll through life, with dealing with the highs and lows. So really working on mindfulness. We have the Four of Swords, which is also a card of also there's tons of things you can do, but I think some of the obvious ones are meditation, yoga, things like that. But it could be anything that you do that makes you like feed your soul, calms you down, calms your mind, increases mindfulness and presence. Four of Pentacles. This is someone who values you. I'm reading this card a little different than I normally do because the energy I'm getting in this deck is this is someone they want to keep. You're a keeper. There we go. You're a keeper. They're going to want to take care of you, not in a creepy like dad way. Some relationships it's like a weird like no one wants to be their spouse's father or mother. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you felt as if you were a caretaker um, in a previous relationship. And moving forward, that you do not want that. You want an equal. You want a peer. You want a partner. And I think this person is going to see you as a keeper. And I just see a lot of hard work and a lot of good communication and a lot of maturity and understanding of what the other person has gone through, um, like an understanding of trauma, I guess. Maybe this person's a counselor. Okay, sorry, I'm a little slow here. Someone with extreme emotional intelligence. Okay, these are turning into serious love readings, but so this is a lot. You take care of yourself. You can do this. Um, there are wonderful professionals out there to help you, and um, healing and just like a whole new life. It's like a refresh button, and everything that was spinning and stuck and sluggish and slow and not working, like on your computer, that refresh, that restart, and things can start moving forward again. Okay. Thank you so much, Libra. Take care.